Barcelona made a disappointing start to their Champions League campaign by losing 2-1 to AS Monaco on Thursday after suffering an early blow from defender Eric Garcia's dismissal. Barcelona had a dreadful start at the Stade Louis I Stadium when Garcia was shown a straight red card 11 minutes in for a foul on Monaco's Takumi Minamino, who was clear in front of goal after a misplaced pass from goalkeeper Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. We didn't understand each other in that moment. I feel bad for Eric. Ter Stegen told Movistar Plus, "We played 80 minutes with one less. It's a football thing. The defeat hurts because with 10 men on the pitch we gave our all and tried to get a point." Manchester City face Arsenal in Premier League title showdown, a battle between the top two pits the unstoppable force in City's informed striker Erling Haaland against the immovable object in Arsenal's obdurate defence. Haaland has struck a Premier League record 9 times in the opening 4 games of the season, but Arsenal have only conceded once when down to 10 men against Brighton and kept clean sheets already away at Aston Villa and Tottenham. The top 2 in each of the past 2 seasons already occupy those positions once more. Mikel Arteta amidst David Raya pulled off 2 of the best saves he has ever seen to seal a 0-0 draw for Arsenal against Atalanta. Matteo Rodegui stepped up to take a penalty early in the second half but saw Raya deny it down to the goalkeeper's right. The rebound dropped right on Rodegui's head and the goal seemed almost certain, only for Raya to fly across to the other side of his goal and claw the ball away from the line. Matchday 1 of the Champions League has come to an end, and what a matchday it was. Barcelona dropped points, Manchester City and Arsenal failed to win, and there were some banner results already. Bayern Munich scored 9 goals and moved to number 1 in our rankings. Barcelona went down to Monaco after the French side capitalised on the Catalan side's early red card for Eric Garcia with a goal from Magnus Akdish. However, it was Yamal yet again for Hansi Flick who turned the tide in Barcelona's favour as he slotted a perfect shot into the bottom left of Monaco's goal to bring up his first goal in the Champions League. The goal also made Yamal the second youngest player to score in the Champions League behind teammate Ansu Fati, as the 17-year-old missed the Champions League record by just 28 days. Yamal has been on a remarkable run so far this season as he has scored 4 goals in 5 games. Inter Milan coach Simone Inzaghi will reportedly turn to Lautaro Martinez, Henrik Mkhitaryan and Benjamin Pavard in the Derby della Madonnina in a showdown. The former Lazio boss has been rotating his ranks since last weekend's encounter against Monza. Nevertheless, the source tips the Nerazzurri coach to unleash his best lineup for the Derby battle. Therefore, Martinez should reconnect with Marcus Thuram up front, dropping Termi to the bench. In the middle of the park, Mkhitaryan will likely regain his usual automatic starting berth, joining Nicolo Barella and Hakan Calhanoglu. At the back, Pavard will link up once more with Francesco Cerbe and Alessandro Bastoni. Manchester City have been handed a blow ahead of their early Premier League title showdown with Arsenal on Sunday. Pep Guardiola will have to select an exit without key player Kevin Bryan. The Belgians suffered the issue on the stroke of half-time in their goalless draw at home against Inter Milan. City were forced to share the spoils against last season's Serie. The winners with Ilkay Gundogan having one of the best chances laid on at the Etihad Stadium. Real Madrid have received encouraging news regarding young defender Jacobo Ramon, with reports from AS HG Madrid Extra indicating that the 19-year-old will be ready to return to action next week. This comes as a boost for the club, as Ramon has been limited to individual training sessions after a muscle injury sidelined him for some time. Ramon, who plays as a centre-back for Real Madrid Castilla but has been involved with the first team since the start of the season, picked up the muscular problem a couple of weeks ago. Paris Saint-Germain was linked to Atalanta forward Ademola Lookman. More information on this file surfaced, noting how much the capital club was willing to pay for the forward. In the final days of the transfer window, Lookman was linked to several clubs, not just PSG. The 26-year-old reportedly caught the eye of Arsenal and Liverpool as well. Serie A side valued Lookman at around €55 million. However, the Parisians weren't willing to meet this demand as the League One side offered a much lower sum. PSG offered between €25 and €30 million, including bonuses, far from the €50 million that Atalanta was expecting. Several Bayern Munich players are becoming irritated by Vincent Kompany's lack of communication when it comes to the squad. The players primarily annoyed are those lacking game time in the opening games of the season or players who have been left out of the squad completely. The reason for this is that the squad and starting 11 will be revealed over WhatsApp, and that will be it. The annoyance comes from the fact that the reasons why players are left out is not communicated to them, and that is all the players want to know, why they have been left out. Eric Dier, Konrad Laimer, Joe Palhin and Leon Goretzka are some of the players in recent weeks who have struggled for game time despite. Victor Boniface didn't have to score to make a big impression for Bayer Leverkusen on their return to the Champions League on Thursday night. With an exquisite piece of footwork in the build-up to the second goal in a 4-0 win at Feyenoord, the Nigeria striker earned the praise of his teammates. and plenty of fans on social media, Boniface was on the edge of the area when he performed 2 nutmegs to make some space for himself. He then shaped to shoot with his right foot, only to play the ball wide to Jeremy Frimpong with his left foot in the same movement while looking the other way. Frimpong then crossed for Alex Grimaldo to score to make it 2-0 in the 30th minute. Barcelona manager Hansi Flick has confessed his side simply did not deserve anything from their defeat to Monaco on Thursday, perhaps the most informed side heading into the opening round of Champions League fixtures. Barcelona's bubble was abruptly burst as Eric Garcia's early red card left them on the back foot as they fell 2-1 to Monaco. Flick's side managed 44% possession and just 4 shots on goal, whereas Monaco fired 18 strikes towards the unconvincing Marc-Andre ter Stegen. "We tried, we defended with passion," Flick said of his side. "We made some mistakes, but we tried to score goals. We had some chances, but they deserved to win." Wesley Fofana has admitted that he was tempted to ditch Chelsea for a return to his hometown this summer, the 23-year-old French international who joined Chelsea in a whopping £70 million Cillian deal from Leicester City in 2022, has had a rough ride with injuries. This included a nasty ACL tear, which saw him sidelined for almost a year and slipping down the pecking order at the club. This led to rumours of a transfer to Olympique Marseille during the summer, which is something that he did consider. Graham Arnold has resigned as head coach of Australia's national men's football team, the Socceroos. Football Australia, FA, on Friday announced that Arnold, the longest-serving head coach in Socceroos history, has stepped down from the role effective immediately, following a tough start to the 3rd round of the Asian Football Confederation after qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, where the Socceroos suffered a home defeat to Bahrain and drew with Indonesia away. Head coach Graham Arnold announced his resignation. Arnold, who has been at the helm since August 2018, having previously served as interim coach in 2006-07, stated in a press release that it was time for new leadership. "I'm incredibly proud of our achievements. From breaking records to nurturing new talent and making history on the global stage," Arnold said. "After careful consideration, I believe it's time for fresh leadership to guide the team forward. My decision to resign is based on what's best for the nation, the players, and Football Australia."